Learning the false grip can be one of the toughest parts of ring muscle up training. Throughout my years of working on ring muscle ups myself and coaching clients on the ring muscle up, I found that a few drills can be really helpful to improve your false grip, not only to make it more secure, but also to make it a little bit less painful, hopefully, right? A lot of people struggle with this one, and so these drills should hopefully help you out and improve your mobility and your strength for the false grip. The first area that I like to focus on is wrist mobility. Now, there are a lot of drills that we can use for that, but this one in particular I think can be very helpful for pretty much all of us. Whether or not you feel particularly tight, this can help just to increase your mobility in the forearm area. We're going to come to all fours to start, and I like to actively push away from the floor and lock out my elbows here. From there, you can either do both hands together or one at a time. I'll show both together first. We're just going to turn the fingers in and shift very lightly back and forth here. Now, this can be quite intense for a lot of people, especially if you're very tight in this area. So you can start with just one at a time and shift back and forth this way. I like to use this as part of my daily prep. So even though I don't feel particularly tight in the forearms, it's a little bit more preemptive. So as long as we can work on the forearms early on, it should help to avoid any issues later. I like to do pretty simple 10 times in and out of the position here, just kind of easing your way in and try to increase your range as you get warmer. And then at the end, you can do a little bit of a longer hold, maybe 10, 20 seconds. Really feel the forearms opening up here. Of course, there are a lot of other drills you can do to get your wrists and forearms more mobile and stronger for the false grip. But I find this one very helpful. If you think about your false grip, you're really hooking, really flexing all of this a lot. So learning to open and building this up, especially as I mentioned preemptively. So not waiting until you're in pain here, but doing this ahead of time in your training and just doing it in your daily warm-ups and whatnot should make a really big difference, especially as you build into more false grip rowing, false grip pull-ups, muscle ups, etc. Next up, we have the false grip row. Now, I've seen a lot of muscle up programs, and I've found that it seems like a lot of times coaches will just throw people straight into false grip pull-ups. So right away, you're trying to hang full body weight in a false grip and pull up from there. And I think that can be tough on a lot of people. Even if you're quite strong, the false grip is its own thing and it does take time to master. Working on the false grip row, I found can be really, really helpful. And ultimately, even when you do nail your false grip pull up, you can be using the false grip row as warm up as well. I'm going to grip around the rings here and come down. Now I have my false grip and making sure that's super secure. Just take your time. Some people just come to here and already feel like it's super intense. If you can, you'll go all the way to a full locked arm position at the bottom, but you can also be starting from here if you need. And we just work on simple row, but we're keeping our false grip. So we don't want to slip out to here, right? We got to keep the arms hooked around the rings. And just building up time spent should help a lot with this drill. You can either make it the main training initially, so instead of pull-ups, you could literally be doing false grip rows as your primary pulling drill. And then ultimately over time, change it to be more of your warm-up, couple sets of 8 to 10 reps just to get your false grip moving and really start working this position in the forearm should help a lot. Last up, we've got our fun proc, the tennis balls. And this doesn't replace false grip training, but it's a good way to help you work on securing your false grip, getting this area here to feel really good hooked on the rings. You'll hold the ball in each hand and fairly simple just here. What it does is it makes it so that you're not able to just grip here. You actually have to set more of your wrist on the rings here. We're going to get set in position and we'll just do the row for now. Same idea. You can see I have the tennis balls here. I am pulling chest to the rings. And this just helps me to stay a little bit more in place, nice and secure, without losing the grip. You can also try these out with the actual false grip pull-up. So I'll do a modified pull-up here just to show you what I'm referring to. So again, I have the tennis ball set, helping to set my false grip, and I would pull chest to the rings all the way up and down. Now, of course, ideally, your rings will be higher, but for today's purposes, I have them set low, so I did the pull-up more from an L position. These are just a handful of the drills that I found helpful in my own training and in coaching clients to get the ring muscle up. Again, the false grip can be one of the toughest parts of ring muscle up training. So having the requisite mobility, again, working this forearm area, working on the false grip, starting with the row and building to the pull-up, and using the prop like the tennis ball. Again, not a substitute for regular false grip training, but an add-on that can help you to secure your grip. All of these are good ways to help you work on the false grip, improve your grip, and build towards your ring muscle up. Hopefully this is helpful to anybody who's struggling with the false grip or working on that first ring muscle up. Let me know if you have questions in the comments. I'm happy to help you out.